Good day, everybody. This is Yin Yang. Sorry I'm late. It is now, whatever time it is, Morsels of a Thought, number 1583. And who is this woman without, eyebrows? Underneath her eyeglasses, there are no eyebrows. I have this AI camera working right now, and so if I shift my head over here, I should still wind up back in the center. So that's what's going on here. And I don't have, so right now we are reading from Epictetus, edited and translated by Robin Waterfield. Epictetus, the complete works, discourses, fragments, and discourses. No, the handbook and discourses and fragments. I'm trying to read it in mirror image right now. So I have placed myself in a different area of the room where I cannot see the book very clearly, and not that I'm going to change anything, but I think it would be good if I tried to walk over there. I'll detach this drive, I'll detach the power, and I'll try to walk over there while I'm talking. Let's see if this works. All right, let's take a look. You can tell I'm looking down, and this is a wild roller coaster ride. Good morning, John Clark, and good evening, Sally Meadows. And while I walk over to where the light is, I think I'll stand over here. Way better. Did you see that? Did you see that? Oh, the camera decided to let it happen. Okay, so as you can see, I am struggling to set up properly, and I'm going to put the camera above me so that, okay, maybe not there. I'll put it up here. I'll sit down here. This will make it a lot easier for me. And you're seeing me set up right now. The light is behind me. So currently, oh goodness, sorry about that camera. Yeah, I hit the camera with the shelf. So let's see if this happens right. Goodness gracious. Let's make sure that doesn't happen again. I think I have to do it up here. I have to make you guys above me so that I can have the camera see my whole face. And I'll be here like this. All right, let's see. That's right. Yeah, it seems okay. All right. Checking out the camera, making sure it's following me. Okay, there. Okay. Good day, everybody. This is Yin Yang with Morsels of a Thought number 1583 in California. I am currently reading from Epictetus, the complete works, edited and translated by Robin Waterfield. We're reading the handbook, the discourses, and the fragments. And last time we had been reading, I saw an interesting section. I'm not going to get to that introduction without a bookmark. It doesn't happen. Okay, the bookmark's not there. 1583. Okay, let's take a look. All right, I'm clear. Book 2. All right, here we go. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. Yes. Oh, the reason I'm doing this is that I overslept. I woke up at 6:05, and I've done that before with the 5:05 hour. And no, that's not pots and pans. That's the book holder. All right. Okay, dear book holder, hold my book for me. Okay, book 2. That confidence and caution are not incompatible. 1. There's one particular claim made by the philosophers that probably seems paradoxical to some people, but let's still do the best we can to see if it's true to say that throughout life we should set with a combination of caution and confidence. Number 2, caution. Caution, after all, seems somehow to be the opposite of confidence, and opposites never coexist. Number 3, the paradox that's commonly detected here is, in my opinion, related to the fact that if we expected a person to treat the same matter with both caution and confidence at once, we would rightly be charged with combining things that are incompatible. Number 4, but is there, in fact, anything odd about the actual saying? If the assertions that you've often heard stated and proved are sound, that the essence of goodness lies in the use of impressions, and that the essence of badness likewise, and that things that aren't subject to will take on the qualities of either badness or goodness. Why is it paradoxical for the philosophers to say, where things aren't subject to will, you should act with confidence, and where they are subject to will, you should act with caution? Hold on 1 second. I have to do something. Where is the mute button? I need to mute something. Mute. All right. This doesn't come off. Shit. Okay. That's not going to work. All right. No, don't move that. Okay. Don't mute that. Okay. Oh, maybe you heard everything. Gee whiz. You should act with confidence, and where they are subject to will, you should act with caution. The point being that if badness lies in the bad use of will, it's only things that are subject to will for which caution is required. And if things that aren't subject to will and aren't up to us are nothing to us, we should approach them with confidence. Then we'll be both cautious and confident. And by Zeus, our caution will make us confident. I mean, as a result of exercising caution toward things that are genuinely bad, we'll be confident in approaching things that aren't. So my morsels of a thought are intended to be morsels of wisdom, and they are morsels of a thought of wisdom, where wisdom is the right thing to do, is knowing the right thing to do, and virtue is doing it. So, oh, my eyes. Excuse me. Got that going there. Okay, but instead, Epictetus says, and this man lived 2,000 years ago, but instead we behave like deer. When deer are frightened by the feathers and run from them, where do they turn? Where do they flee in hope of finding safety? To the note, that's how they lose their lives, by confusing objects of fear with objects of confidence. We suffer from the same kind of confusion. What causes us fear? Things that aren't subject to will. And conversely, what do we deal with confidently, as though none of them could be frightening? Things that are subject to will. Mistaken beliefs, thoughtless action, disgraceful behavior, and shameful cravings are treated by us as of no importance, so long as nothing goes wrong in matters that aren't subject to will. But death, exile, pain, and disfavor, these are the feathers we flee from, where these are things that make us panic. These are the things that make us panic. Hold on while I do a small calculation here. I am going to say that I have to do the morsels of a thought of wisdom for exactly a certain number of minutes, and then I have to give you a break every certain number of minutes, and I'm trying to calculate how many minutes I have to do this. I got on so late that it was 8 minutes late, and so I normally have to go until 6:34. So now I have to go to 6:42, and 6:42 minus 8 is 6:34. Okay. What follows is what one might expect from people who are mistaken about matters of supreme importance. Our natural confidence becomes rashness, recklessness, impulsiveness, and shamelessness, and our natural caution and self-respect become cowardice and submissiveness, shot through with fear and mental turmoil. If instead someone applies caution to the sphere of will and the works of will, no sooner does he wish to act cautiously than, hard on its heels, he gains the power of aversion. But if he supplies caution to the sphere of things that aren't up to us and aren't subject to will, he's employing aversion on things that are not up to him. Good morning, Lena Gidwani. How are you? Good example of deer. Ooh, late is better for me so I can see and listen to your live stream. Thank you. You know about deer, don't you? Good to see you. But if he applies caution to the sphere of things that aren't up to us and aren't subject to will, he's employing aversion on things that are not up to him, and so he's bound to be frightened, unsettled, and troubled. The point being that it's not death or pain that's frightening, but the fear of pain or death. That's why we approve of the line, it's not the dying that's dreadful, but dying in disgrace. Death should therefore be the object of our confidence, and the fear of death the object of our caution. At the moment, we do the opposite. We treat death as something to flee from while we're careless, negligent, and unconcerned in forming a judgment about it. Socrates was right to call death and so on bogies. Masks appeared terrifying to young children and frightened them with their weirdness. And we too are affected in much the same way by events for exactly the same reason that children are frightened by bogey masks. After all, what is a child? A creature of ignorance and incomprehension? I mean, if a child, a creature of ignorance and incomprehension. I mean, if a child had knowledge, it would in no way be our inferior. What is death? A bogey mask. Turn it around and you'll see it for what it is. Look, now it can't bite. Now or later, your body is bound to be separated from your spirit, just as it was separated before. If it's now, what is there to complain about, seeing that, if not now, it'll be later? Why is there such a thing as death? For the cyclical perpetuation of the universe. The universe needs not only the things that currently exist in it, but otherwise that are done, are to come, and those that have already been and gone. I'm having stigmatism is flying into my eyes right now. So I want to say that I'm hoping you're enjoying morsels of thought, even though I was so clumsy this morning. I really wanted to make sure that you guys got a good morning and something to smile about, something to consider a good reason to make it a great day. And here I am. I am here every day at Pacific Daylight Time, 6:10, 10 minutes after 6. The reason I do the 10 minutes after is that when I was in college, the classes all started at 10 minutes after the hour, and then they ended on the hour. So there were 10 minutes for the students to walk back and forth to other places. So, anyway, yes. Oh, goodness gracious. Thank you, Lena. Good morning. Okay. Why is there such a thing as death? For the cyclical perpetuation of the universe. The universe needs not only the things that currently exist in it, but those that are to come, and those that have already been and gone. What is pain? A bogey mask. Turn it around and you'll see it for what it is. Your body experiences rough movements and then again smooth ones. If you don't find this existence in your best interests, the door is open. If you do, put up with it then. After all, come what may, the door is bound to be open and we can remain untroubled. What is the fruit of these ideas? There could be no finer or more suitable fruit for people who are receiving an authentic education, fearlessness and tranquility, fearlessness and freedom. In other words, on these matters, we shouldn't trust the masses who say that only free men can be educated, but rather the philosophers who say that only those who have been educated are free. What do you mean? I mean that nowadays freedom is nothing but the ability to live as we want. Don't you agree? Yes. Tell me then, people, do you want to live in error? No, we don't. So, no one who's in error is free. Do you want to live with fear, grief, and a troubled mind? Of course not. So, no one who's frightened or grieving or troubled is free, and anyone who's been delivered from grief and fear and anxiety has, by the same process, been delivered from slavery. So, dearest rulemakers, how can we go on trusting you? Do we allow only the free to be educated? I mean, the philosophers say that they don't allow people to be free unless they've been educated, which is to say that God doesn't allow it. So when someone has turned his slave around in front of the praetor, he's done nothing? Oh no, he has done something. What? He's turned his slave around in front of the praetor. Anything else? Yes, he also owes the state 5% of the slave's value. But hasn't the slave become free as the result of this process? He's become no free, then he's acquired peace of mind. I mean, what about you, the one with the power to turn others around? Do you serve no master? Isn't money your master, or a girl or a boy or a tyrant or a member of the tyrant's inner circle? If not, why do you tremble when faced with a situation involving such things? That's why my constant refrain is study these teachings and have them at hand so that you know what to approach with confidence and what to approach with in a conscious frame of mind, so that you will understand that you should approach things that aren't subject to will with confidence and things that are subject to will with caution. But I haven't been reading my work to you. You don't know how I'm doing. In what respect? In the field of fine phrases? Keep your fine phrases. Show me how you stand in relation to desire and aversion. Show me that you never fail to get what you want and never experience what you don't want. So what he's saying to the student is, keep your fine phrases. That means I'd rather have you give me good ideas than give me flowery language. That's what he's saying here. As for your carefully constructed sentences, prove your good sense by taking them away and erasing them. He says, so did Socrates not write? No one wrote more. But how did he write? Since there wasn't always an interlocutor around to challenge his ideas and to be challenged in his turn, he used to challenge and investigate himself and was always practicing seeing what could be made of one preconception or another. That's what a philosopher writes. As for fine phrases and I said, he leaves them to others, to the foolish or the blessed. Here, either those who have time, thanks to their serenity, are those who are too stupid to be able to follow an argument. Wow. And now, when opportunity knocks, will you go off and conduct public readings of your work? Will you boast, see how well I compose dialogues? Don't do it, man. A better boast would be, see how my desires always succeed in attaining their object. See how my aversions enable me not to encounter what I don't want to encounter. I'll prove it to you. Bring on death, pain, prison, disfavor, condemnation in the courts. That's how the young graduate of the school should put on. Leave everything else to others. Now, don't ever let anyone hear you talk about these matters, and don't ever let anyone think that you have these abilities, but present yourself as an ignorant nobody. Make it clear by your actions alone that you know how to prevent disappointment and how to avoid encountering what you don't want to encounter. Leave the study of law court arguments, hypothetical problems, and syllogisms to others while you focus on how to face death, imprisonment, torture, and exile. So, here we will stop at number 39 on page 143, and I will bring it back to you next week, and we will get back to this subject later. I am hoping that you have a great day. Sorry for my clumsiness. I appreciate your coming here. And good day, good day, good day. I will talk to you again later. Old Kinderhook. Bye-bye.